Yeah. YouTube. What's up, baby? We back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're here to talk about a movie called Insidious, The Red Door. All right. Again, I'm sorry about the whole background and everything like that. At work, I had to do a video for you guys. Got to get some content somehow, some way. So, it's gonna be looking busted in the background for right now. But still got to get the video out to you guys, right? And then also the lighting is a little bit different, so I apologize about that. But I'll get everything back on the par, shortly. But I got to get content out, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, this review is going to be on Insidious, The Red Door, all right? Now, if you've been to this channel before, you already know we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, and then the gray, baby. And then we on to the next one, right? Okay, so again, Insidious, The Red Door, okay? So this movie came out in 2023. One of the movies that was highly anticipated, that I wanted to see, that's coming out this year, especially since I'm a friend of the franchise, specifically Insidious 1 and 2. The other ones that follow along kind of fell off each one, so it was like 3, it was all right, 4, like 5, yeah. This we're gonna see, right? So I really am a fan of this franchise. I just always thought the premise of this of this story of this franchise was just so creative and so unique. I never had really seen any, as far as like up to that date when they had Insidious 1. I never seen anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So it just was really cool. But anyway, so yeah, let's start off with the premise. So in this movie you have the Lambert family, right? And they are still continuing on from what happened after Insidious 2. So we still know that Josh and Dalton, they have been, they've gotten their memory, portions of their memory blanked out so that they can forget it. So that way they don't have to worry about, the other side, right? And then also like the demons or the monsters trying to attack them, right? Them being possessed. It just was a dangerous situation altogether. So they ended up doing it again, hypnotizing Dalton and Dalton and Josh, and taking that part of that memory out of them. So then as that goes on, it kind of messes up with Josh's life, just because of the fact of he's kind of foggy, and just things are kind of not going the right way, right? He's kind of just not himself. I'd say the same thing for Dalton as well, but Dalton is a little bit more okay. But we do find out that after the time has passed by, as Dalton and Josh have gotten their memory a little bit erased as far as what they didn't want to be there anymore, we find out that Josh and Renee are no longer going out. They're divorced pretty much, and the kids go back and forth through the houses and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like each week, whatever you want to say. You have Dalton basically going off to college at this point. Elise's character's still passed away at this point. And then we open up with Josh's mother. She passes away, okay? And this is another stress bringer upon him. He's already not feeling like himself, and this is just more things to not go his way, right? His family's already been torn apart, and somebody that could have his back It's no longer going to be able to do so. Well, per se. Um, so what ends up happening is, Josh and Dalton end up having an argument as Josh drops Dalton off to his new college. Things end bad. They both go their separate ways. And Josh is left with the premise of I need to figure out what's going on with me so that way I can, get my family back. You know what I'm saying? Or at least just be 100% myself. Because right now I'm not. Right? So basically he ends up digging and going to doctors and whatever else may be, getting CAT scans, whatever, right? Trying to figure out what's exactly going on. And what ends up happening is he ends up finding out like a situation of his past, his father, um, we find out kind of had the same symptoms, same things that went on with him, just as it does with Josh and Dalton, right? Um, and we find out that his father, Josh's father, actually killed himself um, in order to try to prevent the monsters or demons coming from the other side, from the red door. Okay, this is how his father's died. Um, and he never, I don't, I guess Josh has never really mentions his dad. He never like really remembers anything. Like I don't even know if he like really met him, as you would say, because maybe he died early. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Um, but so you have that revelation going on. You also have, like I said, Dalton in college. He's taking courses. He's doing art, and he ends up getting this teacher that basically wants her students to focus on a certain memory in their past, something that's drawn like to them, to their soul, something that defines them. You know what I'm saying? And put that into the picture and paint that, right? So as she's doing this, he ends up kind of falling into like a trance, like just because of the fact that she's like the things that she's saying is kind of almost reminiscent to the things that are being said when Dalton or even Josh, when they go to the state of being hypnotized, right? It's almost like the same thing. So Dalton kind of becomes hypnotized, and therefore he draws the red door. Okay. Now, within him drawing the red door, this kind of opens up memories of the past. Therefore, the monsters start creeping out, right? And at the same time, you have on Josh's side, the monster start creeping out on him. Like when he's getting his CAT scan, you see that his monster kind of attacks him, whatever it may be. He's doing like this little memory thing at his house. He ends up getting attacked by his father. Um, you know what I'm saying? And so things are really starting to turn, bad again, right? So what ends up happening is Josh calls Renee, tells her what happened, and basically tells her like what's going on, like why, what's going on, and she does explain to him that we all agreed to erase your memory, to erase Dalton's memory, so that way our family could be safe, because honestly, you almost tried to kill me when you were possessed by that monster, and that's the reason why we're kind of not even going out right now, so. Um, um, After that situation happens, um, you have Dalton realizing as well what's going on. He calls his little brother, asks him like, "Look, like something's not right. I can't remember when I had this. When I was in a coma when I was 10. I can't remember anything. Like what I'm saying, and I'm getting these little flashes of things that's going on. I need to know. Like I'm trying to piece things together. Can you let me in?" And his brother's like, "Look, like that's something that you should ask, mom and everything like that." So um, he never ends up being able to ask his mom about the situation, but he does start to remember. He starts to remember more and more and more, and then he also starts to um, um, I can't even remember the name of it right now, but like um, leave his body. You know what I'm saying? Start to leave his body again, like how he used to when he would be asleep. So he starts to do that again. and he starts to go into the further, whatever it may be, and we see him being able to connect with people that are still in the real world, but then also being able to connect to like the further where like the monsters and the demons are, and that way also they can connect to the real world as well. Um, we see Dalton ends up getting possessed over a certain point of time. Um, we see that his father has to come and try to help him, and that's where I'll end it. I already spoiled a lot. I don't want to spoil anymore. If you guys seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you guys know exactly what happens afterwards. If you guys haven't seen the movie, hopefully that was enough of a taste for you guys to get interested into the movie and to go see it and check it out yourself. Um, but yeah, that's how I'm gonna end in that premise. So three of my favorite scenes. Now this will be spoilerish, just as like the premise was as well. But this is going to be more spoilers because I'm going to go in specific scenes that I like. Three favorite scenes, right? These may be out of order as well. So, but anyways, three specific scenes. Definitely will be Dalton's transformation when he gets possessed by um, the red faced demon. When he gets possessed by the red faced demon, like just the way that Dalton looked, like especially when he was interacting with what's her name? What's her name? Uh, they don't even have the name, but it was like it was his roommate, the girl. I think it was Chris, her name. I don't know, but something like that. But when he's interacting with her, or she's interacting with him, like, "Hey, Dalton," da 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 da, da, and like you kind of see him in the dark, and then you see flashes of light. Then you can see he's like being possessed, then it turns back to dark, then the flashes of light. And this you can see progressively that he's like really not himself anymore. Then he attacks his roommate, and then also at this point, what I'm saying, Josh feels that Dalton is being possessed by something, right? And also you see the red face demon as well during this time as well. So this was a cool scene, and also like I said, I just really liked the way that Dalton's transformation looked. There wasn't nothing super drastic, but just like I just liked the way it looked, especially like with the lighting of the room and everything like that. It just made it look even more menacing when he transformed. So that'd be my first favorite scene. My second favorite scene would probably be I'd really have to say when Josh realizes that there's nothing that they can do to protect the door, what I'm saying, besides just stay there. That's all they can do is just stay there and hold it back. And so that either they're gonna like one of them's gonna sacrifice themselves, or they're both gonna stay there and sacrifice themselves, or they're gonna both leave, and then trouble's gonna be like open. Um, but just the fact that what I'm saying, um, Josh realizes like, look, like I gotta stay here, I gotta hold the door. Hopefully, I can hold these demons, these monsters back, and you can go on and you can live your life, son. You know what I'm saying? And it's reminiscent to how Josh's father, sacrificed himself trying to keep the door closed, so that way Josh wouldn't get attacked anymore when he was younger, right? So it's like full circle, and then the fact that Dalton leaves, but then he also is like, I can't leave my father like that, and then he paints over the picture, and then because he paints over the picture, it affects the further, and the further the door is covered. You know what I'm saying? The door disappears, and then the monster disappears, and then it ends up being that Josh's character is able to wake up and leave the further at that point. So I just thought that was really dope. You know what I'm saying? Just the sacrifice, and then just his son leaving, but not leaving. You know what I'm saying? Not forgetting his father, and saving him as well. They both saved each other. You know what I'm saying? It was really cool. So that'll be my second favorite scene. My third favorite scene, bro, would be just, I mean, it's kind of weird, bro, because it's like, um, I would say all of the scenes that were, and I'm gonna say this in a jumble, like all the scenes that had the red faced demon, just because of the fact that the red faced demon in this franchise, and just like one of my favorite monsters or demons, whatever you want to say. Period. Just in general, like whenever I saw him on the first Insidious, like I was just like it was reminiscent of Darth Maul. I love Darth Maul, so of course I'm gonna love this dude. This dude looked creepy. He looked like a crackhead version of Darth Maul, so it works out. You feel me? But just all the scenes that he was in that we briefly were able to see him in, I appreciated him. You know what I'm saying? So I'd say that for my third favorite scene. I will say, I was disappointed that they did not show the red faced demon too much in the movie. They could have definitely showed him a lot more, especially like it's been years since we continued Insidious 1 and 2, and Insidious 1 was kind of about the red-faced demon. Didn't show too much, but showed enough. Number 2, you're hoping to show more. Didn't really at all show it. And then the third one, he like, yo, for sure, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? But not really, you know what I'm saying? So it it's kind of disappointing, but at the same time, that's one of my favorite characters, right? So that's why it's disappointing not seeing him. So that'll be my 3 favorite scenes. Like I said, bro, the grade for this movie, definitely for me, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I know it wasn't really well received in the movie theaters, whether it be by audiences or critics. But of course, critics don't, you know what I'm saying, whatever for that. But wasn't well received by the audience. But for me, you know what I'm saying, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I will definitely rewatch it. And I hope that they're able to make some more, you know what I'm saying, after this. Because the way it kind of ends, it's kind of letting you know that like they got more stuff to handle in the future. You know what I'm saying? If things go well with receiving, you know what I'm saying, this money back, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they can make another one, or maybe they can make a spinoff, maybe they can make a TV series, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm hoping for a continuation of this franchise for sure. But like, let's continue with this story. Don't even like mess with nothing else. Let's continue with this story right now, because that's where it's at for me. But the grade for me, man, I'm gonna definitely have to give it like I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. So definitely above average. Definitely worth your time. If you're a fan of the Insidious franchises in general, I suggest you check it out. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a fan of like specifically the first 2, say definitely check it out. Worth your time. If you guys just like horror in general, or horror / thriller / mystery type things, drama, whatever, this would be you as well. But then again, you may not like it, you know what I'm saying? So, but for me, I definitely like it. So 8 out of 10. If you guys saw the movie, let me know what were some of your favorite scenes in the comments down below. Let me know in the franchise, what is your favorite movie thus far out of the ones that are out. And then also, would you like to see the franchise continue with the story that's at hand with the Lambert family, or would you like to see them continue the story with other people? And then, or would you rather see them just like a whole movie with just about the further? You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy, right? Let me know about that in the comments down below, all right? Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and until next time.